Hi guys, I'm Steph. Thank you so much for checking out my channel today. In case you aren't aware, I am trying to post every day in May. Unfortunately, I was having some upload issues on Thursday, so my video only went live on Friday, so I have technically missed one day. I'm going to link my latest video down below. I am super proud of it. It is a baking video, which is the first one on my channel. I absolutely love baking, and it is baking zucchini bread. So I have the recipe there, and I go through it all, and I have some useful tips. So if that interests you, I would love it if you would go check that out. Today's video is back to makeup, and we are doing products I have hit pan in. So I have done two videos like this before, one in 2018 and one in 2017. Those will be linked down below if you want to see what other products in my collection I've hit pan on. Some of those are still in my collection. Some of them I have completely finished up and moved out. I didn't want to put any repeats in this video, so these are all pans that I have not yet shown before, unless it's in an eyeshadow palette that already has a previous pan in it, but if I want to share it with you, kind of have to show you the palette, but these are all new products. One product I did hit pan in that isn't in a previous video, but I've since repressed it, so there is no more pan, unfortunately, but I'm sure it'll be coming up in an empties video sometime this year, so if you're also interested in seeing what makeup I finished up, then I suggest you subscribe. I have a lot of face powder, so I'm going to start with those. This first one is the Essence All About Matte. Last year I was trying to hit pan as many powders as possible. I think I'm going to continue it this year, and this is the Essence All About Matte. I hit pan on it pretty quickly. After I hit pan and I was kind of happy with it, I kind of moved on to my next powder, which is why I have so many that I've hit pan on. I was trying to hit pan on necessarily finished products. I really enjoy this powder. I think it does such a great job with mattifying, and with the summer coming up, I'm definitely going to be reaching into this one again. This next one is the Covergirl Outlast All-Day, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but it looks pretty dark compared to me, and this is in their lightest shade, 810 Fair to Light. I find Covergirl shades tend to be quite dark, or especially their liquid foundations, they also oxidize, so this is definitely something I can only use in the summer, so when I get a bit more of a tan, I'm hoping to dig into this one again. This is probably the only powder I can't wear all year long. In terms of the formula, I like that it actually has the color to it, so it gives you that extra bit of coverage. I just wish it was in the right shade. Not my favorite powder of all time, but definitely something that I can appreciate. This next one is the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder, and there's my pan on that. I hit pan so quickly on this powder along with the next one. It only comes with 5 grams of product, but I would say average is usually around 10-ish. But this, I hit pan so quickly, I cannot justify it. It is only a few dollars, but still, like with the rate you go through it, I don't think it's worth it. I did a whole video on e.l.f. products where I included and talked about this one as well as the next powder I'm going to talk about. So I'll link that down below in case you're interested. This is the other e.l.f. powder that comes in this packaging, and this is their finishing powder. I have the shade Fair to Light, and this one is interesting. It comes like this, and then it comes up, and it comes with a little puff. But here is my pan, so just pan in the center. Again, I hit pan very quickly on this. This powder and the other e.l.f. powder I was testing out, and within about 2 weeks I had hit pan on both of them, and I was using them interchangeably. So again, you just go through it so fast. I don't think it's anything special to be worth it going through that fast. Moving on to eyeshadow. I have quite a few eyeshadows to share with you. I'm not usually someone who really focuses in on eyeshadow or tries to pan, and like sometimes I put them in product pans like a single shadow, but I've never tried to pan a palette. It's just not really something that excites me. I enjoy putting on eyeshadow every day, but I wouldn't say it's the favorite part of my routine or my favorite makeup product to wear. I would say if I could only put on one thing, it would be mascara, and the item I probably enjoy playing around with the most is lipstick or lip products in general. Anyways, this is from the Essence All About Nudes. This is their little eyeshadow palette, and in a previous video I had shown that I had hit shade on this cream color, and now I've hit shade on this brown shade, so hopefully you can tell. I also have quite a big dip going in here and here, so even though this is such, and also a dip going here as well. Anyways, this is such a little easy palette. I wouldn't say it's the best. I don't think it has the greatest lasting power, but I'm looking for just a quick, easy eye. I really do enjoy reaching for this. I use this as a transition shade or on the lower lash line, and I really enjoy it. I am wearing this as my transition shade today as well as the lower lash line. This next palette is from Makeup Revolution. It's from their I Heart Makeup line, and this is the Salted Caramel palette. I have shared this before. I had previously pan in this shade, which is Delicious, and this shade, which is called Sweet, and those were both in a project last year, and this one I hit on organically. I love this type of like mauve transition crease shade. And this is called Heavenly. I really enjoy this shade. In case you're unaware, the Salted Caramel palette is a dupe for the Too Faced Semi Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, I believe it's called. That one has been discontinued. I'm not sure if this one still is being sold. From Too Faced, I have this Cat Eyes palette, which I included in one of my Roulette Pan collabs. And I really regret picking up this palette. I saw it at Winners, which is kind of like our Marshalls here in Canada, or like TJ Maxx type thing. And I saw Too Faced and I really didn't know much about makeup yet. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've heard of that brand. So I picked it up, and I'm sure many of you have not heard of the Cat Eyes palette. I really haven't heard many people talk about it, and I really don't love the color story. But I was using this color to set my lids, and that is the shade Classic. And this took me about 4 months to hit pan on using it every day, just because the product is so densely packed. It is a bigger pan. I would say they're quite deep as well. I think it's quite deep. It's just that, like, if you ever tried pan Too Faced shadow, you just know. And I'm happy to have hit pan on it. I am going to continue. I still pretty much use it. I used it to set my lid today. This color Day I sometimes use as an inner corner highlight or brow bone highlight. I do use this shade a bit, this purple shade a bit, and I can cut some use out of this one as well, but I hate these 3 shades here. They all have glimmer on them. They say that you can like wet your brush and use it as a liner. It works terribly that way. I only reached for 6 out of the 9 shades. Luckily, I enjoyed the larger ones the most, so that works out well, but definitely a palette I regret picking up. Last, for eyeshadows, I have this Colourpop Super Shock shadow, and this is in the shade Essential Perk, and this is one of their matte shadows, and I have quite a bit of pan on it, and I've mixed it around a few times. The reason why I started working on this is because it was drying out. I definitely think the matte shadows dry out before the metallic type shadows. That being said, I have had this in my collection for quite a long time. I'm not sure how much more use I am going to get out of this. I am wearing it on my outer corner today, which is how I prefer to wear it. Sometimes I wear it all over the lid and then put like a shimmer shade on top or something, but not a lot just because it can look quite dark. I definitely would not pick up any of the matte Super Shocks ever again. I think the metallic or the shimmery formulas are like a lot better and definitely what I prefer. And the last item to share with you is a highlighter from Becca. This is in the shade Rose Quartz, and there is the pan. I'm surprised how easy it is to be able to hit pan in highlighters because you're using it on such a little portion of your face, but I guess because of the brush I use, that you're kind of more focused in one area and kind of going over it back and forth. I have pan in a number of highlighter shades, and it's probably the easiest face product, like bronzer, blush, highlighter to hit pan on for me. Anyways, those are the items that I currently have pan on. Thank you guys so much for watching. What is the category that you hit pan on the easiest? I would love to know. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!